Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Yeah, you giving that Instagram baddie a like?
This person?
Yeah. Don't
Mr. Arf.
don't read their name out loud. We're recording.
Yeah, I'm liking the No, someone. I made a joke about Dune, and I was like, I hope I meet a hardcore girl who likes Dune, so I can tell her Shai Hulud is a band she's never heard of.
One, you're mispronouncing Shai Hulud.
Shai Hulud.
Hulud, that's how you say it.
Yes. Shai Hulud is how everyone pronounces it, though. But Shai Hulud is, anyway, and I was like, yeah, and it's like clearly just like being shitty. Every hardcore girl knows Shai Hulud, and every person who likes Dune knows what it is. But then this person responded on Twitter and was like, that would be a cool band name. Sounds like a ska band. And there were people on Twitter being like, do we tell her that it's real or is this shitty?
I assume everyone who's stupid is just trolling.
Yeah, which is, you're like, I don't know what that is. That irony pill? What is that?
I've been poisoned.
Yeah, you've been poisoned by the internet.
Maybe it's not poison. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's hope for the human race because I'm like, there's no way my fellow man is this stupid.
You've become so poisoned that you've come back into hope and belief.
I love the favorite thing. The things that make me laugh the most are when I don't know if someone is being serious or not. So I don't mind living in that space. When I didn't know Riff Raff was, or like, I still don't know if Andrew WK is a character, and I don't want to know. I don't want people to explain the lore. I don't want people. I like knowing that there might be 4 or 5 different Andrew WKs out there, and that he might be able to get me at any time. I like not.
What do you think? Andrew WK hunts people?
There's a lot of them. You got to keep. If there's only one Andrew WK, you can keep an eye on him. But if there's 2, they can flank you. So you got to.
Like Velociraptor.
It's scary when there's more than one. So I like not knowing if someone's trolling or if they're just that stupid, because I'll just be like, I don't know. I'm laughing. You can't take back my laughter. I've already laughed. You can't put that back in. So it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people. A lot of people get really worked up on the internet, whether someone's stupid or trolling, and I just don't care.
Oh, I don't care either. I don't assume that they're trolling usually.
Maybe it's because I like to pretend I'm an idiot online. So
yes, I try to be contextual. You also your biggest weakness is that you don't understand that people don't have context. You're the least self-aware person I've ever met.
Why do you? Yeah, I don't.
What is that? What is going on with that?
I don't care about giving people context.
Well, no, but then when you used to do stand-up and stuff, you would struggle because people wouldn't understand. You would forget whole setups.
No, that's their fault for not knowing my set.
It would be so funny, but then you'd be like, no, they need information to make it work, and you'd be like, nah, I'm fucking just gonna say the part I like.
Yeah.
We'd be like, what? Or you would be really rude to people. And then you'd be like, why did that guy think I was rude? I was joking. And it's like, how would he ever know you were joking?
I think it also stems from everyone being extremely rude to me, and I thought they were joking. So I'm just a product of my diseased environment.
You're literally describing bullies who become bullies. Or people who get bullied and then become bullies. Yeah. You mean the thing that happens?
Love. I love.
It's just a normal thing.
Yeah, that's what humanity is.
I love is I'm watching you in real time over the course of the last 6 years of our friendship, just slowly discover that you're actually evil and not good at all.
Whoa. I've known I'm not good. No,
you view yourself. You still have that weird Mormon part of you that's like, no, do the right thing, where you I tell you to get rid of the fridge, and then you do all the weird shit instead of just taking it and putting it in someone else's trash
You want to
pile.
bring this up on the podcast?
That I paid you to get rid of the fridge, and then I had to come home and carry it down with you So I paid you for nothing?
You didn't have to pay me. But you're deflecting right now. The thing you are angry about is that I didn't dump the fridge with toxic chemicals.
Yes.
In some random street.
Yes. yeah.
And
you can't get me on this one.
I can't get
I'm
you.
Joker-fied when it comes to the trash in New York City.
That is true.
Just take the trash. Here's what I do. I would have gone downstairs and I would have looked for someone else who was like putting like metal or like furniture and shit in a pile, and then I would have been like, oh, okay, and then I would have gone home and put it in that pile. That's what I did with my old bed frame.
You are correct in being Joker-fied and evil pilled
by
the New York Sanitation Department.
That's the one of the few exceptions. I'm not a litterer, but when it comes to sanitation, I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm putting stuff in your trash pile.
This is why I'm a paladin when it comes to litter. I'm like, I have to follow the rules. Society falls apart at the litter level, and I can see how New York's problems all stem from trash. It's just we have the worst trash system in the nation.
No, it's really bad.
But let me continue. So you're mad at me because I called ahead to the sanitation. I called the number. I got the lady who was very dismissive and just like,
yeah, she
why
was.
Why the fuck are you calling me?
Yes, why?
Making me do my job. And I was like, hey, I'm supposed to call this number because the fridge has like toxic chemicals in it.
Do you know what they're called? Is it Freon? What the fuck?
No,
is in
Freon
the
is the old stuff that worked really well, and so I think it was Freon caused ozone problems, and so they got rid of Freon, and now they introduced a new chemical that's like, yeah, it's more deadly, but you'll just get eyeball cancer when you're 60 instead of just getting instead of just depleting the ozone like they did back in the day. It's funny because like boomers are probably responsible for global warming, and now we're just poisoning.
We're getting chemicals blasted into our faces.
No, with all these new experimental chemicals, we're probably opening like a layer in the time warp continuum, and it's like time's speeding up because of these weird chemicals we're dumping into each other. Anyways, don't worry about microplastics, everybody. Isn't that like the new thing where it's like babies are being born with microplastics?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
don't worry about it.
Everyone
like,
says that because we drink out of plastic, like our testosterone or sperm count is going
That's real.
down.
That's one of the Alex Jones things where he's talking about chemicals in the water turning the frogs gay, and then it turns out that that's a real thing that's happening.
Well, yeah. Firstly, gay frogs are fine. Would we not support the LGBTQ?
Gay frogs are fine.
The G in LGBTQ stand. Oh no, wait.
Were you gonna say grovs?
Yeah,
frogs?
I was gonna.
No,
I forgot how to spell.
Gay frogs are fine, but when it turns all the frogs gay, and you can't make more frogs, that's the problem. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I called. I did the right thing. They were like, all right, put the fucking thing out on this day. I followed the rules, and you're angry because I asked her.
Hold on.
Okay, what?
Now let's finish. How did it end?
No, you're right. They did not pick up the fridge, and I don't know. They'll probably just fine our building like they've been doing.
The sanitation department. You did everything right, and they still fucked you.
They still did not pick it up. They picked up all the rest of the trash.
But so I was like, you've got to skip all of that part and just throw that fucking fridge into the trash pile. Well, I've seen other people in New York do it. When one person schedules big trash to be taken out, they'll put like a chair out and something else, and then other people will be like, oh shit, they're coming, and they'll start tossing their shit on that pile.
I did not see any other big trash.
At that point,
I did see other people put their big trash on my fridge trash.
See, that's what happened.
They took everything but the fridge.
So funny,
dude. It's so.
Oh my god!
I call and schedule. I don't care.
Those monsters.
Anyways, let the record show that when it comes to sanitation and litter, I will follow the rules. I do. I put trash in my pocket and then carry it to the nearest trash can. Whereas you just break the rules and you're like, fuck it, there are no rules.
I don't litter, firstly. I
didn't
agree.
say you did.
Listen,
I didn't say you did.
I'm not mad at I understand where this is coming from, and so I respect it because I would rather you be this way than person who litters. But I mean, even if I would have just, they have those like public waste bins, just put the fridge in the public waste bin.
Yeah.
Just like set it inside and be like, I did it. Fuck you. This is close enough. I did something.
They should just do what they do in Sweden. They dig the big old holes. They dig giant holes in the ground and then put like a tiny trash can over it. So you think you're throwing your trash in a little tiny trash thing, but it's a giant hole that all your trash goes to. And
Really?
they have trucks that come by with robotic arms, pick up the whole fucking thing and dump it in one go.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn,
So it's
dude.
just-
That's fucking cool.
It's pretty smart. Yeah, it's just like an outhouse, but with a big old deep thing for trash.
Dude, there's an outhouse by the skate park here in Astoria.
oh, they have a
and
bunch of outhouses
the
in the
homeless
parks.
people, like, or not homeless people, someone just fucking
Just
like
people.
slammed the lock off one of the doors, because they just lock them, and now it's full. It's completely full to the brim. I went to pee last night, and I was like, no, I'm not going in there.
Okay.
I've never seen a full porta potty before. I was like, this is gross as fuck.
Too many people.
Dude, it
using
was crazy. Yeah, well, because it's, everyone's used it because it's just open.
Imagine being the final person to be like, and full.
That's what I was thinking. I was
you
like,
wanted to be it, but it was already came
dude,
and
I've
gone.
added so much. I peed it every time I go skating at night. So I was like, I've peed like at least 2 gallons of pee in here over the course of the year, and now it's finally full.
It's disgusting.
But I was just like, how do you drain that? I don't know.
They those tanks. They have tanks that come by with hoses, and they just hook them up. And
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
speaking of disgusting, we actually got a cool DM.
Oh no.
Do you wanna? Well, he said he emailed us and DM'd, but he had a good what if, and I thought the answer was obvious, and I told him such, but you disagreed with me. And the
All right.
question is it from? Is it from Austin? I'm not gonna read his last name. 'cause
Okay.
He didn't tell me.
All right.
But he says, would you rather have, in place of your belly button, so you no longer have a belly button.
Okay, we're out a belly button, which is not necessary.
Would you? Are you busy? Are you busy tweeting right now? You keep looking at your phone.
No.
Is that Instagram baddie? Is she hitting you up?
No, there's no Instagram. But it was someone on Twitter writing me. I just wanted to make sure they weren't bullying that lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
joking. I literally just wanted to make sure people weren't bullying a lady.
I don't care. If you post, if you get caught in the crossfire in one of my posts, that's on you.
I will agree. Sometimes I don't care, but every once in a while, like this poor person who like just doesn't know anything about music, and then I have so many like metal people who follow me that I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, don't be mean to her.
Yeah, guess what? You said something stupid. Now you're about to find out. I remember the very first thing I posted on a public forum back in probably this is probably like 19. Actually, I know exactly what year it is if I can find out. I was on a nerd forum and I posted something about Star Trek, right? Little old 10-year-old me,
Yeah.
and I got reprimanded.
I like that you were a child into Star Trek. That's a huge red flag.
It's a big red flag. So I was 12 years old. The year is 2001, and I said something about Star Trek. I misspoke because I was like, "Oh, the Star Trek!" Like I mixed two things up, dude, and I got my ass chewed up by fucking nerds. They were just like, "You don't fucking you dummy, you big idiot." You kill yourself. I do miss when you could tell people to kill themselves on the internet.
You still can.
I don't know. They'll ban you on like Twitter and stuff.
You could just get around it. People do it all the
I'm gonna
time.
start a Cowboy Boys forum,
You should
and it's just gonna be no rules.
free speech. That's how the Gas Digital forum is. And I can't tell you how many people have been like, "Hey, I can't watch your thing live anymore because they don't
Oh.
moderate it."
Is it too many racisms?
Yeah, people just go in and say the N-word.
That's YouTube Live too.
Yeah,
Straight up YouTube.
because it only takes. Listen, it only takes 2 insane people to ruin it for like any number of people.
Yeah, that's society.
Yeah.
It just takes two people could blow up the whole thing. So, anyways, my very first post, I posted something like, "This is my favorite Star Trek." I think I was talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
And I mixed it up with Star Trek Enterprise, and everyone was just like, fuck you, go to hell, kill yourself, you're 12, I hope you get AIDS and die. And I was just like, what? I didn't even realize, that's the funny thing, I didn't even realize the mistake I had made, because it was just like, no one wanted to correct me. It was just kill yourself. You're an idiot. I know your address. I'm coming to kill you tonight. Over like Star Trek. Just mixing up the wrong Star Trek show.
So
But
funny.
it was.
It's so
So-
funny.
So looking back on that, I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be. That's how the internet should.
Yeah,
Because I learned quickly.
this is the literal pattern of I got bullied, and so now I must be a bully.
Yeah, I turned out fine. Whatever. You should know how to. You should know how to use the internet by now. I mean,
Yeah.
kids are online younger and younger, so they get it. They get it better than we do.
Sure. Well,
We're-
I agree that kids get it.
Old
The people who get bullied are like our age, are like, I want to say from like 28 years old and up.
Yeah, you've had a head start. you should have been keeping up.
You should have, but they didn't.
I learned back in 2001 not to fuck around.
Yeah, dude.
So anyways, here's a question from Austin. He writes, in place of your belly button, would you rather have a fully functional butthole or another penis? And I responded, obviously. Why would I have a butthole when I already have a butthole? And I don't like the butthole. I don't like what comes out of it. I'm going to get fart stains on the front of my shirt. I can only wear dark colored shirts now. I'm going to have to wear like a underwear on my gut, which actually might help. A girdle.
You have to do that anyway if you have a penis.
No, I would see. Here's my thing. With a penis, it's only positives. With a butthole,
What are you gonna do when you have to go swimming? Just have a dick out?
I'm gonna have like a bikini top over.
What are you
my
gonna do? You're just gonna have a
penis.
dick poking through your shirt all the time?
Yeah, there's just gonna be a dick lump, and then when people are like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my second dick. I can fuck two women at the same time. You got a friend? Bring her over. I got two dicks. I feel like having two dicks anywhere on your body, a second dick anywhere on your body, is better than not having. I think the more dicks, the merrier. I think if you have a dick, I can't think of. There's very few places that having an extra dick would be a bad thing, whereas having an extra butthole can be very problematic in a lot of spots.
I don't know how you're making this feel so gay, but you are.
It's not gay if you touch
You're
both.
just like, more dicks.
It's
I
not
need
gay.
more dicks.
It's not gay if you touch both of your dicks together. It's completely straight as long as
Wait,
it's your dick.
what if when you jack one off, the cum comes out of the other one?
So you're saying they would
Alternate.
be opposite, like left brain, right brain? You'd
Yeah.
have to, you can't make them both go off, or they're not individual. They're
Do they
connected.
individually come? Is that in
That's
your
how
mind
I
how
would
it works?
picture. Actually, you know what? I think they would both at the same time.
Oh,
That's
shit,
like a full
dude.
body thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like if you have a really good one, they both go off. If you have like just a lazy jack off, you're like, only half came out.
Yeah.
So I would rather have a second dick on my belly button. And you disagree.
Yeah, I immediately was like, oh, butthole, of course.
Why?
Because it's like a non-issue. Well, if you're shitting, just shit out your good butthole. Don't shit out the other one.
What's the good butthole?
The one on the back.
Why is that the good one?
Because that's the one is where it's supposed to be. It's the good one.
Yeah, and so it's useless to have a second butthole.
There's no air, so it's easy to keep clean. Have you ever seen a girl's butthole? They're pristine.
So-
not only can you eat off of them, I have and do lick them.
I have a hairy belly button, so my belly butthole would be
Just shave your belly butthole.
No.
See, I would just have a belly butthole, and I would just simply not use it, and then boom, now I'm just fucking. It's basically a belly button.
You would just
only
not. You don't get to choose to not use it. It's not like a super butthole.
Well, now I can pee and I can poop at the same time
That's
standing up. I'll
disgusting.
just lean over.
You're gonna shit on your dick
No.
as you stand. You can't. You have to lean.
Yeah.
No, two dick. Does he say penis or it's just a penis? There's no balls.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things a little bit.
Do
Now, hold
you
on.
consider the balls to come with the penis? In
Yeah,
this
but in
wedding?
my mind, it was balls and dick. That's a lot going on. But just a dick is like a little bit more. I still think I'd go butthole because then you're just basically
Wait,
unchanged.
You're saying without the balls, you're more inclined to get the
Without
penis.
the balls, I'm more inclined. It makes more sense. Dude, I can't have balls on my stomach. The buttholes, I would
No.
go butthole.
I would have to have the balls with the penis. If I have a penis with no balls, there's no reason to have that penis. They're a full package.
Yeah, so you, in your mind, you've got a set of
Yes.
testes
I got extra balls
and a dick.
and a dick. Also,
Wait, is it a clone of your one, or
You
is
know
it a
what?
different? Or are you rolling the dice on a different size penis up top?
I don't know if it would probably. I don't know. Do you think it'd be a different size?
What if when you do this, you have to roll a 20-sided die, and whatever the number is the inches of dick you have?
The 20-inch dick,
yeah.
or a 1-inch?
Or a 1-inch.
I think having a secondary smaller dick would be preferable than having getting a new dick and it's bigger.
Why is it smaller?
Dude, imagine getting a new dick and it's bigger than,
Yeah,
than the one you've been working with your whole life.
Well, but now you've got a
can't
bigger one,
learn-
so it's
I
fine.
can't relearn a whole new bigger dick.
Could you have a doctor chop your dick off and swap it?
I don't think that's. I mean, it wouldn't be worth it. But I would get my second dick circumcised to end the debate.
Oh, so
Dude.
you'd be both at once.
I'd be like, here's the what it is. We're gonna settle this right now. There's that one guy with 2 dicks, right?
Get your second dick circumcised.
There's the guy with 2 dicks, right? And he's
Yeah.
the one dick that grows out normal, and then kind of one that goes off to the side.
There's a guy that has like a pitchfork dick, where it's like one is coming out of the bottom. It looks like the the rabbit vibrators that
Yeah.
girls have. It looks like one of those.
That guy should get circumcised on one of his dicks and tell us.
I think one of them doesn't have foreskin. Like it just didn't come. Like the foreskin was like pulled
Interesting.
back or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like having a second dick is the move. You're just gonna be. Imagine how gassy you are when you.
But now you have a button like a boss that can be defeated in a video game. Just like attack here, right on your stomach.
I'm not getting attacked very often.
Yeah, but come on, you're gonna bump it. What happens if you just get horny?
Yeah, I'm gonna be hard.
Oh
You're gonna see
man.
my dick poking through
Do
my
they get
shirt.
hard at the same time?
That would be interesting.
They draw a lot of blood away from your. You're gonna be so stupid when you're horny.
Okay.
Your brain's gonna be running
Oh.
on even lower power.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I love being smart and horny.
Dude, being smart and horny is the way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I've never done it. I've never done. I'm very stupid when I'm horny.
Being dumb and horny is absolutely way better.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Oh no! I don't agree with you. I'm being dumb right now. No, being smart and horny is the way because then you don't make decisions you regret later. Whereas when you're dumb and horny, you like have sex.
Have you ever had sex and then been like, because sometimes you're like, oh, I regret that. But have you ever been like, oh, I really, really regret that?
Yes.
Nah, I don't think I've.
You've never like had a girl be like, "Come inside me," and then you do, and you're like, "So what are you on birth control?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah,
and then you have
you're-
that anxiety.
You have anxiety for a few months and then you get over
Oh
it.
yeah, just a low hum of anxiety.
That's good for you.
Dude, when you're in your 20s, that ages you terribly.
Yes, it does.
Oh no.
Just hanging over you like a cloud. Like I might be a dad at
Fuck.
19.
It's so bad.
And then but think of how good it is when she's like, oh, I just missed my period. And you're like, well, I'm breaking up with you. See ya.
Well, deleting that phone number. Oh man.
Good times.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. Do you got Instagram baddies messaging you? What do we got going on over here?
No. I
Mister.
was reading the fucking message.
That was Instagram.
I know. The message was on it. Someone DM'd me.
Okay.
You wanna read it?
You got Max got hot ladies messaging him.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud of you. I've been proud of you.
I
I wish you were dumber and hornier more often.
I'm not.
Do you want to tell people about what happened with your most recent date?
Oh.
That made me laugh pretty hard.
I had a date scheduled for yesterday. It was yesterday. I was supposed to go on a date with this girl yesterday. Pretty cute. It was a pretty cute white girl. That matters for the story.
Yes.
What is her name? So Gabby Petito. Am I saying her last name right?
I don't know.
Whatever. That white.
People know who we're referencing.
The white girl in the van who went missing. She had like almost 1 million Instagram followers. Then her boyfriend killed her.
Yeah, and then killed himself.
Is that the new thing?
I don't know. He's dead.
I
They
don't-
found him dead in Florida.
Nice. It's good for him.
Yeah.
So when they were searching for her body, apparently they found 9 other bodies.
Yeah.
Just like, oh shit, is this her? No. This is
No, it's some other lady. Oh, okay.
Dude.
Keep looking.
Yeah. They just imagine looking for one person and you just find 9 other people. Which everyone is like, what the fuck are cops doing?
Dude,
Which
not
is
their jobs.
Which is a fair assessment. Like, cops, they do give up after looking for after like 48 hours. They're like, they're probably dead. What do you want us to find the body? Boring.
Yeah.
It's
It's just so crazy to be like, oh, we put some effort into it and we found 9 other people.
Let's be honest. They wouldn't have looked for her body if she didn't have a million followers.
Yeah, she's like a hot, affluent white girl.
So they would have just been like, oh, yeah, she'll turn up probably.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, I was posting about how, because I'd been talking to this girl, and she's like, yeah, are we still on? We like rescheduled, and we're like, okay, yeah, we're on for this. We're like, okay, we're still good. Sounds good. And then I think it was like Friday or Saturday night, I posted and like, wow, more white women should go missing so we can find all these other bodies out there in the woods. As a joke. I'm just being silly. No one got mad at me, right?
Yeah, no one got mad at you. People know what you're about.
People know I'm
Well, listen, no one got mad at you and told you.
Yeah, that is true.
I think, you know what I think it is? I think a lot of people get mad at you that you don't know about, but they know you well enough that they're like, confronting him is a waste of my time.
Let's see if my followers drop. I don't even pay attention. No, I don't know.
Yeah, people know what you're up to.
So, anyways, the next day,
I think it's funny.
The next day, she's like, "Hey, I don't think it's a good idea if we meet." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Well, hope you feel better. Whatever." Like she just canceled our date, and I was like, well, I wonder what. I wonder if I had this white affluent lady I was gonna go on a date with.
What's weird about you being like, "Hey, more white women should go missing"?
Yeah. I'm like, I shouldn't. But that's what you get when you date me. I don't hide my power levels ever.
Yeah.
Not even right before a date. I go on. Do you find yourself on first dates just being like, so what are your exes like? What kind of politics you into? You eat ass on the first date? Because that's how I am on the first date.
I mean, you know me. I have no.
I keep it natural. I'm not going to make someone uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'm myself for sure.
Yeah, I feel them out, and if they're down, I'm like, so you ever kill a person? Like, what's the deal? Some real good first date questions. Because I hate the like, you're not supposed to talk about politics. Never bring up your ex. But I'm like,
bringing up your own ex is a huge red flag.
Yes, but asking someone else how they feel about their ex can be a real insight into how they operate.
Yeah.
If they're just like, I want to fucking kill them, you're like, okay, passionate. I like this person. Fiery passion. Or if they're like, I don't care, you're like, oh, okay, good. Easy to get over things.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot.
It's true. Some people, I never know like what the red flags are, honestly, unless they bring their ex up themselves. If they're like, if you say something and they go, oh, my ex was really into cars, then you go, what? Why would you say that? Why are you bringing them up in this context as if like they're a person in your life you still need to brag about or speak about? That's like a real clear indicator they're not over the person they were with.
I think I want to date like a A-list celebrity and just refer to her all the time. Like, geez, let's just go on one date and refer to her as my ex.
People have done that to me.
Oh, really?
Where they're like, yeah, Shayne and I dated, and it's like, we went on a date.
Yeah.
Why are you telling people we dated?
Because you dated.
I guess. I can't tell you how people are like, hey, your ex-girlfriend is my friend. And I'm like, what? What? You know so-and-so? And they go, what? No, this person. And I go, what do you mean ex? We talked online for a little bit and then met up one time at like a thing.
That counts.
It wasn't even like a real date.
Did you touch her swimsuit area?
No.
Then you know what? Biblically, you're not dating.
There's a lot of people. Here's my rule, especially if you're a girl who knew me from Utah. If we hung out and my brother was also there, none of that counts.
No, it wasn't a double date?
If my brother was with me, that's not real.
It's not a double date.
No.
So is there anything someone could bring up on a first date that would bum you out?
No.
Like ask you?
Literally. Oh. I mean, there's shit they could ask me that would be like a red flag.
But I mean, you wouldn't want to know like a truly open and honest person. Just be like, hey.
It depends on how they ask you. I mean,
Yours is, what if they were just like, hey, here's my body count?
Oh, yeah. I'd be like,
that will
why?
bum you out.
Yeah. There's stuff like that where you're like, why would you do that, though? You know what I mean?
I like an insane girl just to be like, here's my stats.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, interesting. Just instead of being someone lurking and being deceitful. I'd rather have a mentally ill queen be honest with me.
I like someone who's honest within the bounds of like not acceptable behavior, but like not even logical, but just like just not being stupid is what I want to say. Just don't be an idiot. Just someone who would like randomly out of nowhere just be like, I fuck a lot of dudes, and you're like, what? And they're like, yeah, I fuck a lot. What, you're not gonna be weird about that, are you? And I would be like, are you gonna fuck people if we're dating? Like, what does this mean? I don't wanna. Why are we bringing this up? Like, or there's people who like find out they're like, you were a criminal. Have you ever killed anyone?
That's a good question.
That's a shitty question.
That's a good question.
That's a pretty like unsocially aware like whatever. That would be if they asked me that. I've had girls ask me that, and my immediate response, which I no longer do because it's very rude, but I would be like, "Oh, have you ever been molested? Wait, were you sexually assaulted as a child? Like,
no, here's why.
We're just gonna open up wounds on the first date.
Here's why this is a good question for women to ask men if they've killed someone, because women love it. They get horny for those crime documentaries, so they're only horning themselves up. If you just lie to them and be like, "Yeah, I killed the guy on the way over here."
Yeah.
So we gonna fuck or?
Well, just the idea that like
that's my pro tip to any dudes out there. If a woman asks if you've killed, not like a specific person, just be like, "Yeah, I kill people all the time, bitch." Unless her ex is also killed, then she might be fishing for a problem solver.
Yeah.
You don't want to get mixed up,
dude. That's a crazy. I've seen people ask like veterans that question too, and you're like, "What are you doing right now? What do you want them to say to you?" Because if they say yes, then what?
Any ladies out there, I have killed. And
Mac has.
I will kill again. Not you. You're safe.
This is why you can't get dates right here. This is what's happening. 100%. This is the problem.
Whatever. Their loss. I'm having fun jacking off in my bed alone. They're missing out.
Oh, that's right. You jack off laying down.
Yeah. So I immediately fall asleep. What do? Do you have to clean up after? You have to like go sit. You have to move. Dude,
what do you mean clean up? How are you not cleaning up?
Just don't.
Where are you putting it?
I don't know. It disappears by the time I wake up. Maybe a bird comes and eats it. Dude.
I don't know. It disappears by the time I wake up. That's like that like when I lived in this one place, and I think I've told the story on like the Patreon before, but I like just leaned over and busted on a wall.
Yeah, that's so disgusting.
For just like months, and then when we moved, I didn't think I don't know. When you're 19 or whatever, you just don't think about it. And then we moved the bed, and the whole wall was so fucking gross and like yellow. And I was just like, all right, lesson learned there. That's fucked up.
My bad.
Everyone was like, oh. They did not know what it was.
Oh, that's chewing tobacco. I'm spitting.
Yeah. I'm smoking under my bed. Don't worry about it, guys. It's so fucking gross. I love that we say shit like this on this podcast, and then both of us are like, I wonder why the types of women we like don't want us.
I don't wonder why.
I don't wonder why either, but I'm just saying, I'm saying wonder.
I'm not even butthurt about it. I'm filtering all the weak ladies.
I'm not butthurt either, man. I get it. I'm fucking with. I agree with them.
This is why This is why I'm like, yeah, you should be upfront about everything when you're on like a first date. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Be upfront, but don't be rude.
No, you don't have to be rude. It's just people's definition of rude is different.
True.
I can be a little frank.
Yeah.
With should be a dating site for really autistic dudes and hot babes.
I think you're
women?
just describing the internet, dude. You just Twitter.
Do you think
That's
that-
what Twitter is.
Do you think there's women who fetishize that?
1 million.
Just,
You mean e-girls?
Oh, I guess yeah. E-girls kind of. Well,
Yeah, they're into it.
they-
Specifically, that's the meme, and I think there are a lot of girls who are into it.
I think e-girls like the money that autistic dudes give them on their Twitch streams. They don't really enjoy autistic guys.
No,
They just put up with it.
the iDubbbz of the world always have incredibly hot girlfriends.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah,
I'm saying
she had money too, though.
I'm saying you don't ever see poor, loser, dirty, real autistic guys.
Oh, okay.
with hot girls.
You don't see the guy in the bottom brackets of the Magic the Gathering tournament who showed up wearing pajama pants covered in Cheeto dust.
Who's just like and wins. He wins the Magic
Oh,
the Gathering.
I always talk about the guys who don't even win.
Oh, you're saying
The
just
guys who win
losers.
these days aren't even those types of losers. Jocks have taken over.
How do you feel about that? Being a jock in the nerd scene.
I like it.
Yeah, you like bullying nerds?
I don't like bullying them, but I like
Shooting-
winning.
Shooting fish in a barrel.
I do. Here's the thing. Get good, scrub.
It is hard to be a nerd, a shitty old.
Well, it's funny because now if you go to the board game store and you play Magic or you play Warhammer, there's like two distinct groups. The old school group of like, socially
Neckbeards.
neckbeards, yeah. And then now
Fedoras.
there's guys like me who are like, I'm a regular guy who can live a normal life, but this is my hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And so watching them interact with each other is one of my favorite things. I love finishing up when I play Friday Night Magic or whatever, and then watching a normal guy play against a neckbeard and just like kind of being from the outside in, seeing how awkward it is for them to interact. So fun.
with each other.
I love it.
It's kind of like a first date.
It's kind of like
that
watching
is-
open mic.
Oh, what do you mean?
Just because it's like a mixture of like really socially aware, talented artists and absolute
like
fucking
back-to-back.
maniacs. Yes.
With 90% maniacs with
Yeah.
10% people
90
who
10.
kind of have a grasp, and 1% of one guy who's actually kind of good and will go somewhere,
Yeah.
and the rest of people who are diluting themselves.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
I think I could do this. And that just 90% maniacs. Is that the ratio of the nerd stores?
Nerd
or
Store's better than open mic.
It's like 50.
Nerd Store's like 60-40. 60 crazy people, 40 guys who are pretty cool and have it together.
Yeah, everything. There is no nerd fandom that is like, except for Doctor Who fans. There's no cool Chads and like Doctor Who.
No, there is not. Good point on your part.
I'm trying to think of like any nerd thing has kind of just it's cool now. It's every single thing has like cool nerds.
Yeah.
Who are like, I like this, but I also do this, and I have abs, and you're like, fuck.
Yep. Yeah. They figured it out, man. It's been infiltrated.
I think it's just because probably like the internet and everything we can do is you can just pick whatever hobby you want and get into it, and the numbers are so big. Whereas before,
yeah, it was hidden, and you were only ever gonna start playing Dungeons and Dragons by being friends with people who do Dungeons and Dragons, but you only become friends with them by being like them.
being liked by them too.
Yeah. Now I can.
There's no gatekeeping anywhere really.
Yes.
Because people try to gatekeep in the year of our Lord 2021, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
You can't stop it.
I can literally walk around you.
Yeah.
There's no gatekeeping in this world. I mean, other than like probably like weird Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, you gotta touch my butt to get this job, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
But that's like weird backroom, satanic, deep state.
Don't bring
gatekeeping.
Satan into this. Don't bring Satan
Why are
into
you
this.
gatekeeping Satanism?
I am.
You gatekeep a lot, but guess what? Satan has his fingers in many pies.
I love when Gen Z kids always tell me I gatekeep tattoos.
Do you?
Yeah, I told people not to
How?
get their faces or hands tattooed before they have other tattoos because I think it looks stupid.
That is a thing. A lot of people give advice, and they're like, "Stop gatekeeping." And I'm like, "It's just advice."
Yeah, no,
I
was
can't
like,
stop you.
I literally am not in charge of tattooers. I'm not a tattooer, but it looks stupid. And they're like, "You're gatekeeping tattoos," and tattoo artists will say no, and they're gatekeeping. It's like you can't gatekeep a service.
Yeah.
That would be like if a hairstylist was like, I don't want to do that haircut. And then you're like, stop gatekeeping mullets. And it's like, what?
That's the thing is, gatekeeping is like wearing a shirt and someone's like, name 5 of their songs. You're like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know any of their songs. See ya. Yeah. It only affects you if you kind of let it. That's what I mean by you can literally walk around people
Yeah.
and do whatever hobby or thing you're into, or pretend to be into it. Just wear the merch. Don't even understand the lore of anything.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just who's gonna call you out? Nerds who wasted their life learning about Dune. Oh no, I don't know what the Kwisatz Shadrach is.
All of that shit is predicated on the idea that you care about what other people think.
Yeah.
As soon as you kind of stop caring, it doesn't matter at all. That's where I'm like, and that's a really unpopular opinion I've had throughout time. I can't tell you, my last girlfriend, I told her that I thought that I had the opinion you have, where I'm like, just don't care.
Yeah.
Be more punk rock. And she was like,
Just do whatever you want.
she was like, and you apply this to everything? And I was like, I even apply it to like girls feeling pressured to wear makeup and be pretty. And she was like, don't tell people that.
No,
she was like, that's an infuriating opinion. Don't tell people that.
You know what? I'm going to say I also agree with that. Women should stop wearing makeup.
Yeah, if you don't want to, fucking don't.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's societal pressure. Why do you care what society does? Just fucking do what you want to do.
I always like the thing when they're like, we don't do it for you. I'm like, well, you're doing it for someone.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, if you
Even
don't do it for me, then fucking good. Don't do it if you don't want to.
It's so, but I don't do it. I do it for myself is my argument for all the gatekeeping I do to myself.
Yeah.
'Cause I am my worst enemy.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, fuck, I can't. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I care what I think.
Same.
And that is the prison I live in.
Yeah, dude. It was very. Anyway, she was like, literally, don't tell people that. You're annoying me by telling me this right now. And I was like, all right, I'll stop talking. I won't ever talk about it again.
I changed my opinion. I like it. I like it when, those British girls who have like 1 inch of foundation on their face.
Yeah, why do they do that in Britain specifically?
It's just a shove thing. I like that look. It's a good look. Women, you are ugly and you need more makeup.
Do you really? That's so. Was it you I had that conversation with? No, it was Corinne, where Corinne was like, what do you like? I was like, I like girls who don't wear makeup. And she's like, you just don't like makeup? And I go, no, I just like girls who are pretty all the time. Like, what do you mean? I just like pretty girls.
That is yeah, you should learn how to be pretty without. It's like me. I'm like, I'm so fat. I need to be skinny all the time.
Listen, girls need to do what guys do, accept that you're just a fucking monster.
Yes.
I just accept that this is how I look. Fuck it. And just move on with your life. Who gives a fuck, dude? You have so much more to you than whatever your face is doing. Who gives a fuck?
It is, dude. Have you ever seen a girl? I remember a girl in high school who I didn't realize how much makeup she wore until one day she came to school without makeup. And she sat down next to me, and I was like, why are you sitting in that girl's... Oh, that's you.
Really?
I did not even... It was 100%
that's wild.
Completely different.
Well, that's fine, though. Lots of makeup is fine if that's what you're into. If you feel pressured to wear it, it's where I'm like, stop.
I'm saying makeup's cool because have you ever seen... I don't understand what it's doing to my brain when they do the eye swoop bullshit. That makes their eyes bigger.
Cat eye makes me horny. I'll admit.
No, and there's some makeup like that that's just like what. Because have you ever seen like a girl do cat eye on one eye or whatever, and then that eye like it's looking at like an optical illusion, and you're like, your brain sees that the eye with makeup is bigger, but how does it make it bigger with just paint on the outside of it? And it's like short-circuiting my brain. I'm just staring at like one of those magic eye paintings, just like, why can't I see what it's doing? Why is it tricking me at my primate level brain? I'm angry because I don't understand. I love watching it. You ever see the dude who, male dude who puts on makeup and he's like a Chinese guy and just looks like a hot e-girl after all of it?
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's a hot e-girl, and then she'll pull like tons of cotton out of her nose. For some reason, shoving cotton strands up your nose makes it skinnier, and then like rips tape off of his jawline and like depowders his face, does the eye thing, and it's like, you're just a normal ass dude, and with enough makeup, you made yourself like a hot e-girl. And
Yeah.
it scares me.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Why? Because you're attracted to it?
I'm attracted to I'm attracted to the makeup, not the person underneath, and that's why I need to see the person underneath.
I was gonna say it's almost like you're not attracted to genders, and you're just attracted to what you're attracted to.
No, you're attracted to. I think makeup is a kind of a gendered thing. It is more feminine. Don't pull this like, actually, Genghis Khan used to wear eye makeup to shoot arrows that football under eye thing. It's like men used to wear high heels to be taller and more attractive.
It's just
all
fashion. It's just
it's all,
fashion.
That's what I'm saying. It's all
You
just
associate
fashion.
it with femininity because
You know what? I do associate it with femininity because that's the culture I grew up in.
Exactly.
So I can't. That's time and place. I was born in the
you're
early
attracted.
90s.
So if you get head from a really hot girl, but you don't know if she's a girl or not,
yeah, that's what a glory hole is all about.
I'm just saying. Seems
As
like
long-
you're.
And then if it's revealed to me that that girl has a penis after the fact, I will feel like, man, why did you ruin a good thing?
No, why isn't this just like your laugh, where you're like, I already laughed. You already came.
That's
you
what-
came
no.
your cum.
But that's the
Just
thing.
let it happen.
I like to live in the zone where I don't know.
You're like
Yeah.
earlier. You're like, if I laugh, you can't take the laughter back. I already laughed. Who cares if I don't know if it's real or not?
That is
Apply
true.
this to coming. Yeah,
To
I just opened up your whole world.
to
Get
a
out there
guy-
and start cooming more.
But I'd have to go into it thinking it was a girl.
Sure.
It can't be like maybe, because if it's a maybe, I'm already asking questions, and the the glory hole is the veneer is already washed off.
Just don't worry about it. Just don't go to a bad glory hole where it's like a sheet.
A bad glory hole. Is there an app that rates glory holes?
That'd be so
'Cause
funny.
what is it? What they're the app for like jerk off parlors is like Rub Maps.
Is that real?
Yeah,
Oh, no way.
I don't know if it still exists. It used to be back in the day.
I'm going to Google that later for a joke.
Yeah. It's just let's see if Rub Maps still exists.
That's so funny. Rub Maps.
Honestly, great app name. Yeah, rubmaps.ch. Oh, it's a Chinese. I'm over 18. Oh, damn. 6 miles away. Let's see. MP's massage parlors near me. Oh, shit. $60 to get a rub and tug?
Yeah, that's the normal price.
Oh,
I'm
this is
sure.
Washington. Why is that-
$60? No. I don't think it's $6 for rub and tug. $60 is like the normal price for like non-skilled massage.
Hold on. Let's go.
Non-skilled in quotation
Is that
marks.
the-
I don't think that's real. I mean, they should just charge whatever.
Sort by newest filters. They got tons of reviews. I
Are
feel like-
you looking up rub and tugs right now?
Yeah, Flushing. There's a lot of Flushing.
What's the number one rated rub and tug in our area?
Sort by. Let's just go the highest rated rub and tug in New York. Actually, I don't want to read it because then they'll blow up their spot. Yeah, I mean they're already on Rub Maps.
They're on
right?
Rub Masters, and they made prostitution legal here. Remember?
Did they?
I thought they did. I thought that was a recent thing where you're allowed to have rub and tugs now.
Okay, this one has 500 reviews. I don't want to go to a place with 500 reviews.
Listen,
Dude.
bro. If it's a rub and tug, they're jacking dudes off all day, every
Think
day.
about-
It's a fucking
dude.
straight nightmare factory out there.
500 reviews means
Just a
How- all right.
100,000 guys. Imagine
would say-
reviewing your
I would say 1 out of every 1,000 dudes is going to leave a review.
less even.
And then to have 500 reviews, multiply that. That's a million rub and tugs since they've been a million dudes. 1 million dudes have
Dude.
gone through that place.
Imagine being the kind of guy that leaves a review.
Dude, this Rub Maps rules. Check this out. Masseuse ethnicity is the first thing listed. Chinese, Japanese, and Korean are the places that all wellness is apparently.
Yeah.
They even list their website. Cards accepted, cash only. Table shower. I don't know what that means. Yes. Privacy for shower. Yes. Sauna. No. Jacuzzi. No. Semi-truck parking. No.
Oh my god.
And then they have the price and the phone number, and it shows on the map. That rules. I think the. Oh my god!
What?
I think they rate the women too
What do they? How do they rate them?
by just listing their first name and then the review. So it'll be like, I'll just read the names: Sarah, Amy, Helen. all good.
Yeah, that's their names.
Yeah, that's their. There's a lot of guys who have reviewed more than one woman.
Yeah, of course. They go to the place.
So
I'm surprised you've never paid for sex.
I tried once. I met a person on Tinder who seemed very legit recently.
Oh.
And have you ever like talked to a bot before and you're like this feels real, right? No,
What?
because you could clearly tell when a bot is a bot, right? And then
I mean, sometimes it depends.
sometimes, and then you can kind of tell if it's like there's like clearly robot, and then there's clearly like a person who's like pretending to be someone, and then there's people who like seem legit. Like this profile was verified. They had like a full Instagram account with like the same like things, right? Because that's the first thing. If they have like a brand new Instagram account with like 4 pictures that don't. Anyways, I got. The Instagram seemed legit. It seemed like a normal Instagram, like a normal girl's Instagram.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Like here's a picture of me in college from like 10 years ago, right?
Sure.
Not that old. 5 years ago, 2-3 years ago. The Instagram looked normal. Had like 40 pictures. Had like normal ass followers. The Snapchat thing, that's where I fucked up because I'm a Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat. I'm a Snapchat noob.
Yeah, you got to get on Snapchat, and then it's pretty easy to tell, probably.
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe Snapchat's different.
So they were like, yeah, $150. We could meet up. We'll do anything. I'm like, I want to try this just to figure out, because I've never done it, right?
Yeah.
I got to get one under my belt.
Sure, of course.
Why
There's nothing
not?
wrong with it.
I got some money burned in my pocket. So I'm talking to him. No, I'm looking for red flags, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, nah, I'm looking for red flags, and I'm not detecting anything, right? And it's just, I'm feeling.
Also, by the way, remember earlier when you were like, no, stupid horny is better?
Yeah. So
We've come full circle.
I was
baby.
working with like 10% brain power.
Yeah, so you're just on low power, just like,
Just like I was so
$150. Oh yeah.
Could that be a criminal defense, Your Honor? I was horny.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I robbed that bank, not for like obvious like sex crimes. It would never work. But if you had horny brain and you like rob a bank, I feel like that's a good defense.
Yeah.
You're not thinking straight. Your caveman brain is taking over, and it's just like it's directing. You're like watching yourself. You're like, don't do that. And you're like, I'm doing it.
Yeah, no,
like, no, what are you doing?
You're outside of yourself. Listen, I've seen me send messages and be like, what? Why are you doing this?
And you're like, I don't know. We'll just see how this plays out. So I'm operating on 10% of my power, trying to meet up. And it was just like a cute girl. That's the thing, too, is the price it wasn't too high, but it wasn't too low. It was like $120. And I'm like, seems like normal. Because if something's too low and they're hot, you're like, okay, this is a scam.
$120 for an escort? That doesn't.
Is that too low?
I think that's way too low.
All right, I got because I'm not in the game. How much is an escort?
I don't know. I've never had an escort before, but I know people who have had, and I'm pretty sure they cost more than that.
That was like
$120 is like how much it would cost to have sex at like at a place you go to.
Yeah, I had to go to this place.
Yeah, I went to the
meet
brothel in Canada. And one of the comics I was with in Canada was like a guy hired one of the girls or whatever, and he said it was like $160.
I thought I was getting a deal. It was Monday night probably. I don't know. It was horny brain. So, anyways, I'm like asking questions, kind of feeling it out, and they're responding normally. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And so when I drive over to I took an Uber to the neighborhood.
No,
right?
You went over.
I went over.
Oh no!
And so I'm like, hey, I'm in the. They didn't give me an address. They gave me like a neighborhood,
which feels like that's what they would do.
Yeah, because she's a cute girl. She's like doesn't want creeps being like, I'm here. I'm gonna stalk you. So
maybe going to her $120 makes sense.
So, but this is why it felt legit because she's like, all right. You show up here, and then I'll give you, like, the address.
And I was gone for this, right?
Yeah, you were gone.
Yeah, this is what happens when I leave. Matt goes fucking crazy. He tries to, like, fuck it. This is a hot Russian. Dude, she looks like a Russian ballerina, didn't she?
I think that was the thing, too.
You were just like, oh,
She wasn't.
You
she
were
wasn't
like, I'm gonna fall in love with her.
She wasn't a hot. I wasn't gonna fall in love with her. She wasn't hot, because that's also. This is why it's also the scam was so good. She was a very skinny, like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So and I was just like,
so you were like, if someone was gonna make this up, they'd pick the hottest girl.
yeah, they usually always do.
Now they're getting smarter.
They're getting smarter, and so it was like, if that's why like $120, I could see that. So I show
Were
up.
you gonna tip her?
I hadn't gotten that. I hadn't thought that far. I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was
too
I was
horny.
thinking 1 foot in front of
Did you
me.
ask her if she had Venmo and shit?
What?
Did you wait? Oh, sorry. Continue the story.
That is.
Did you pay her?
So here we'll get to it. So I get to the neighborhood, and she's just like, "All right, this is the neighborhood. I'm just getting like I'm putting on makeup, getting ready. Give me like 5 minutes." And I'm like, "All right, that seems reasonable." And then she's like, "Okay, to make sure you're legit, will you send me like $50, like half?" And I'm like, "Half now, half up front." All right, that seems real. Like, because a normal scammer would ask for too little or too. I was so horny. I don't know if I hadn't jacked off for like 2 weeks.
Listen, I'm not judging you because I've been this horny. I've been so horny that I've like done horrible things.
And so I send the $50. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what the? All right, let's see. I can lose $50. I send the $50, and then she's like, "All right." And that's when the red flags start flying, because I'm like, all right, now you have to like tell me where the address is. We're gonna meet up. Because I'm just standing in front of someone's random home.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking weird in their neighborhood. That was the other thing
How
too.
How late was it?
It was like, it wasn't late. It was like probably like 10 or 11 at night.
Okay.
That was the other thing too. They picked a pretty, like, not a nice neighborhood, like a kind of sketchy, but not too sketchy, not
Are
bad.
you in Brooklyn?
Yeah, somewhere in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So it was just like it was a neighborhood in Bushwick. So it was like I was looking at the like area. I'm like, this seems like kind of where someone who like a sex worker would live. Some nice houses, some bad.
Sure.
So they send the $50, and she's like, all right, I'm just verifying it. Like, we're almost there. And that's when the red flags. When finally through the thick, the inside I'm like, you're getting scammed. You lost $50, and then this person asks for like, hey, all right, before I meet you, before I come out, because I'm like, I don't have an address, I don't have like anything. She is just like, all right, send me the final thing, and we'll hook this up. And I'm like, you're not real. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm real. We're almost ready. And the way they didn't like outright, like when you call out a scammer,
Yeah.
and they're just like, they instantly cut down. I was like, send me a picture of your fridge is what I asked her, because it's on Snapchat. And the person was like, okay. And they sent me a Google image, like they were taking too long, and they sent me a Google image of a fridge, like a screenshot picture.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I got scammed.
No.
Now I'm just standing there horny in the middle of the night.
Damn, that sucks.
Because there's like, obviously.
Send me a photo of your fridge.
Well, everyone has a refrigerator. Every last person.
You know what I always say
What
to
is your-
people because I've talked to people who I didn't know were real or not, like on Instagram or whatever, even back in the day. You just say, hey, hold up your ring finger like you're flipping me off, because that's not a normal thing anyone would ever have a photo of, and it's very easy.
I'm trying to remember if that's why I got. I think there was.
Because sometimes you're like, send me a photo of you doing the peace sign, or send me a photo of you like something, and they'll do it, and it's easy to fake it. They'll have it in the Rolodex. Of photos. But
I
you
want
go,
to
send me
say
a photo just holding your ring finger
I
up.
think I did ask her like, "What are you doing?" Blah blah blah, and it seemed legit, but it wasn't specific
Send me a
enough.
photo of your fridge and it's someone else's. No,
I did. So I just block them, and I was just standing there, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And then I rode a bike, a city bike home.
Hell yeah! Well, you got some exercise.
Yeah, I got some. I paid
You
$50.
learned a lesson, and you got some exercise.
I didn't even get laid, which sucks.
That sucks, man. That's brutal. You know what's worse?
It'd be cool to sleep with a prostitute, though.
Once my friend, he was
if it worked.
Yeah. Listen, prostitutes are great. Everyone I've ever known who sleeps with a prostitute is like, it was a great experience, dude. My one friend,
It was a great experience until I knew I was getting got,
Dude,
and then I was like, "No!"
I had a friend who he hadn't been laid in a long time, and then he hired a prostitute, and he like went and hooked up with her, and then afterwards he was like, bro, it was like a weird emotional experience, because she was like so gentle and nice and caring and super.
As opposed to normal dating.
Yeah,
where
well,
people
no,
are
like normal women don't give a fuck about how you
Well,
feel. They
some
make
of
you
them
awkward.
do.
No, they don't, dude. 90% of all women are.
No.
They're also nervous.
I think you're falling.
well, no,
you're falling into the stripper trap where strippers are really good at making you feel like comforted and that they're into you.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
Because they're good. They're professionals.
Yeah,
at
that's what I'm saying.
it. And I'm saying normal people treat you how normal people treat you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is like a women are bad thing. This is just like they're also anxious. They're also nervous. There's so much going on. When you hire a prostitute, they are hyper confident. Their whole job is to make you happy, make you feel good, take care of you, be gentle with you, give you all the things you need. So he was like, she was so good to me that it made me confident to want what I needed from my next partner.
Oh, okay.
And now he's married and has 2 kids because of the confidence from having sex with a prostitute. I'm not joking,
For
dude.
knowing what he deserves.
No, I'm not kidding. He
That's
had
so
sex with
funny.
a prostitute, and he's like, "This is what I deserve. I deserve someone who's like super kind to me and cares about my needs." And like, it was so funny that I was just like, "Yo, he had sex with a prostitute and then found its worth
Dude.
and then got a wife." It's so funny,
I should become a gigolo.
dude. He's Mormon though, so he's like, I'm the only person who knows he had sex with a prostitute, and he's like, take it to the grave. Like, he's so serious.
You just told our dozens of listeners.
I just
There's-
thought that
there's-
was funny though.
There's a Mormon guy out there who had sex with a prostitute. And on that bombshell,
Yeah. All right. Anyway, hey everyone.
there's
Sex
this-
work is work, and if you want to have sex with a sex worker, it's not just going to be sex. She's probably going to be really nice to you
she'll
and
pr-
like
she'll-
make you feel safe and like.
but realize that's her job.
Yeah, but
she doesn't really care how you feel.
Yeah,
she's just
yeah,
really
yeah.
good at making
Careful.
you feel.
Don't fall in love with her, but also allow yourself to
that's-
feel safe and absorb the kindness and confidence from another human being.
Your penis can't tell. Your
Exactly.
soul will tell.
Exactly.
But
Your
don't-
soul can tell.
But your brain is powerful enough to trick your soul into into falling in love.
Listen, the key is not to fall in love, but also to enjoy sex workers. They're very good at their jobs, and we should all support them.
Also, if you fly me out to your city and pay me $500, I will love you for a weekend.
That's so funny.
Sorry, ladies only. I have to put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
not.
Yeah.
I can't deliver what is necessary. I can't deliver male to male love. I don't know how.
That's yeah. Don't I fucking know it? All right, everyone. We
Wait,
fucking.
what are you implying?
I love you guys so much. Hey, come see me do comedy in Perrysburg, Columbus, Ohio, Muskegon, Michigan, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. I posted on Indianapolis that I was going to be there, but I'm just going to be there. I'm not doing a show there. I'm actually doing a charity benefit in Indianapolis, and you're not invited. So I'm so sorry.
What a great. You can't come to this. I like it. That is a good.
Yeah,
that is a good flex.
I promoted a show that you're not allowed to go to.
That sounds,
My bad,
I
everybody.
like that. You should keep promoting it. You bitch. You wish.
Unless you find yourself at a black tie event for rich people to support cancer research and feel good about themselves. I'm actually kind of, I don't know. We'll see how the show
Would you
goes.
perform for a Dubai Prince, like how Beyonce did for like $1 million?
I got asked to, and I said no already.
To go to Dubai?
Yeah.
And they just after the show they fuck your mouth a little bit and you can't tell anyone ever.
Yeah.
$1 million?
I know. I don't. They didn't offer me money, but like someone like
Oh.
started to negotiate with me the thing, and I decided no, I didn't want to.
It was out of country though,
It was out of country. This was in 2019,
and it was like sketchy rich people.
Yes. It was straight up
They-
Dubai people.
They definitely fuck your mouth.
They would do something.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy that Beyonce had sex with a Dubai prince.
It is
and,
crazy.
and no one talks about it.
Yeah. Well.
And people are like, "That's not true. You don't know."
Yeah.
Yeah, Dubai prince just flew her out there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, everyone. Come see me do comedy. I appreciate and love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out.
Rate and review our podcast on iTunes or wherever you can do that. Subscribe to our Patreon for more episodes.
Patreon.com/cowboyboys.
That's where we do the podcast nude.
That's where that happens.
And Full frontal.
Mac is sliding into sex work just at a breakneck
you know
pace.
What? I got burned, and now I need to make the world a better place.
All right, everyone. Fucking yeehaw.
Yeehaw.